So it's not that long ago that I put out another Turtle Pack video, and here we are again. And the reason is that someone reminded me in the comments about a build that I'd never done before. Or that's not entirely true, I had done it before, but I never put it in a video. And quick pause to say that was a solo cricket on turn 1, so I got a bit fortunate there. But the build that they mentioned was Gorilla plus Elephant. And clearly that isn't the most optimal team imaginable, but it does make a little bit of sense. I mean, Gorilla is a hurt pet, and Elephant enables the hurt pets. The problem is that you don't want to take multiple hits on the Gorilla from the Elephant. So probably what you're going to have to do is put a low-statted Elephant in at the front. It hits the Gorilla once, then it gets knocked out by the opposing team, and we keep the coconut. But obviously having a weak unit right at the front, I mean, some people do play that way quite often, just throw the weak unit up front, hope to break a melon on the opposing team. But I feel like it's very, very risky to do that with the current state of Turtle Pack. There's so many teams that play Elephant themselves, Elephant Blowfish, Elephant Camel. So you're just giving them extra triggers if you do that. Things like Snake as well, thinking about this particular team, it did get me wondering, what's the most common tier 6 in terms of purchases in pack 1? And I wouldn't be surprised if Gorilla is right at the bottom of the list, other than maybe Wolverine. But I feel like a lot of people these days play Wolverine just because it's one of the new units. So I feel like Gorilla is low down the list, and probably stuff like Cat, Tiger and Snake are right at the top for Arena. But here we get the Giraffe, and I'm just going to start scaling the Badger. I was hoping to draw a whole bunch of early games in the hope that we would sort of reach the sweet spot where the opposing teams are a little bit on the weaker side, and so playing an odd combo ourselves would have a better chance. It's not going to work out here though. We end up losing, not even close there. Now here I do something a little bit strange. I'm not sure what I was thinking here, but I'm going to double level up on turn 6, which I almost never do, and I wonder if I was just spaced out and didn't think that maybe I thought I was on turn 7, but in any case we get Skunk. And since we know we're going to have to throw in Elephant probably up front, and it's going to have very low stats, if we have, say, Elephant with Steak or Elephant with Chili, and we have a level 3 Skunk, we can still potentially get a kill from the Elephant. I don't know if I'd thought that far ahead here, but in retrospect, that's what that seems to make a lot of sense. Now here we face a dog team, and we are actually going to kill our own Giraffe, but not enough damage to the dog. That's something else I've seen a lot more of. You rarely ever used to see dog plus horse, really dog plus anything, but it's definitely changed up. It's much more common to see now. And I think here, yeah, we're going to go for the Badger at the front, since we've lost a couple of games in rapid succession, so we don't want to play too hard for the draws and end up just losing. So we move the Badger to the front, and immediately we end up with a win. Possibly also because we were on low trophies and it's getting a bit later. And we get the Monkey on the level up turn 8. Again, leveling up on an even turn, very unusual. And I'll take the can since I know that I need Gorilla. And also Elephant, I guess, but we're not too concerned about having big stats on the Elephant. We just don't want it to die at start of battle, because then we won't get the coconut activation. And we win again. So now turn 9 I can level the Swan. And unfortunately we get 2 of the pets that I think I mentioned earlier as probably being most common purchases, but not the Gorilla. So we will try and level the Monkey and definitely freeze that Skunk. And probably really, as many pack 1 games tend to go, we're looking for Cat, and then we can start focusing buffs onto the Gorilla as soon as we find it. Because we can play the Gorilla up front with the Monkey, but as soon as we get the Elephant, the Monkey's going to have to go, because otherwise are at risk of buffing the elephant to a point where it might survive more than one attack. So here we actually get the cow-cat combo and another cow, although of course you can only use the 2 milks because the cat only has 1 trigger now. Double snake, so definitely playing into my predictions in terms of most bot tier 6 units in arena, but we're fine. And I think here, do I buy sell the, I think I just buy sell the cow, and I'm still going to keep the monkey, or maybe I'm going to get rid of the swan. Okay, we are getting rid of swan. I guess since I have the 2 cows, I might as well try and go for a level up there as well. In fact, we get the chocolate, so oh yeah, okay, for a second there I was going to think about leveling the leveling the cow in order to get level 2 milk, but we'll go for gorilla instead, and then immediately switch places with the badger. Badger with 26 health, unless they have skunk and crocodile, we feel relatively safe putting it at the back. But I'm also going to freeze the melon. Now, I think in my head I was probably thinking that I am going to melon the gorilla at the front. Now, clearly that's not going to work, because if we do that, the elephant will just remove the melon with its first hit, and that's not what we're looking for. But we will also commit some chocolate to the gorilla, because I would really like to see multiple activations from the coconut, since we're leaning into that for this particular team. And I think we are going to see, okay, we're not going to get more than 1. And new hippo, unfortunately it is going to, yeah, because we have multiple tier 4 and higher units, it is getting double stats there for every knockout. I still feel like that's a really strange change to make, but I don't hear anyone else really complaining about it, so maybe I'm in the minority. But yeah, cupcake onto the gorilla, again, something I don't really do very often and probably shouldn't have done, because the skunk, is that 3 teams in a row, opposing teams that have had skunk? But yeah, it ends up being a draw anyway. Of course, we are on 1 heart now as well. I didn't mention that. But there is elephant, so definitely freeze that. And we will take the sushi, even though we only have a level 1 cat and it's turn 14. But we are getting close to having both the level 3 gorilla and the skunk. And this is beautiful. I love to see this. 1-up scorpion gets destroyed by the gorilla. And there's no space for the rats to spawn. Another snake. Maybe I should be taking a note and counting up all the opposing pets to see exactly how many of each particular pet I see. So I think at 8 wins, maybe it's time to just ditch the monkey and put the elephant up front, or are we going to wait 1 more turn? Maybe I should freeze the steak as well. We only bought 1 can, so I think the elephant stats are still going to be pretty horrendous, but we end up trading with multiple units there due to the coconut, and it's a win. So now we have to throw the elephant in, and I think I will buff the skunk here, and yeah, just hope for chili or steak on one of the next rolls. Mushroom's not going to help, because then we'll just end up removing the coconut once we activate it. And I think here I'm just going to settle for the level 3 gorilla. Probably been quite a long time since the last time I had level 3 gorilla. And with the snakes, I think, yeah, I'm going to freeze them. And really we just hope that the elephant doesn't get sniped here. And it's a big scaling team, but just like I said earlier, the front unit gets reduced to 1 HP by the level 3 skunk, so the elephant can actually kill something, and it ends up being a tie. So that was very lucky. And I think, yeah, we'll take the steak now, and then buy another cupcake, and then probably just bring in the snake, so that if we do end up getting multiple activations from the coconut, we are getting some additional benefit. So here we go. Elephant plus snake, basically base stat snake as well. And thankfully the badger hangs on, and we are going to get multiple coconut activations here. and the snake is going to kill off the elephant on the opposing team. Kind of funny to go against an elephant team that didn't actually have camel or blowfish. So there we go, there's elephant and gorilla in turtle pack as requested.